Excuse me, is anybody sitting here? Sorry, this seat's taken. Sorry.
Welcome back to This Seat's Taken. I'm your host, Robert Miranda. Brandon is not in for this episode. He had to step out for a little bit, but it is not a solo episode. I have a returning guest, Miss Alyssa Portela. Thank you for coming back on, Alyssa.
Hey, thank you for having me.
We were just talking a little bit before this. It's 2023. It's the last time. It's been 3 years since you've been on this podcast, and
Yeah.
I didn't mean for that to happen, but time just. That just seemed like you were on not too long ago. I just got a Facebook memory not too long ago. You were just on like 3 years ago exactly today.
It doesn't seem that long ago, and also I know you had my boyfriend on too, Fox, for the
I was
Borderlands,
going to mention him because Fox was on in 2024.
which also does not seem that long ago. It seems like it was just yesterday.
No, to this day, I still feel bad for having him come on this podcast for like one of the worst movies I reviewed on this episode, making him go watch this. I think it was Borderlands, another video game movie, and yeah, I do still feel bad that I made him go watch that movie, and we just shitted on that movie the entire episode. 3 years ago, a lot has changed since then for both of us. As I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, I'm not doing a podcast primarily with guests. We do have guests on now and then, but I do have a co-host, Brandon Colon, who you know from high school. We all went to high school together.
Yeah, we did.
I wouldn't say like we're all extremely close, but like we knew each other in high school. I mean, Brandon got closer a lot outside of high school. But yeah, we grew up together like a little bit. So I remember both of you guys in middle school and high school, and look at us now. Like you're making video games. I'm talking about movies on the podcast. Time flies. We graduated in 2014, 2026 now. That's 12 years ago. Can you believe that?
Oh my gosh. I turned 30 this year too.
I'm right behind you. I turned 30 in about 3 weeks. I'm right behind you.
Okay, you have 3 weeks left of youth.
I'm feeling it. Like I can't show you the camera right now, but like I have like medicine and everything right here now. Like I'm feeling 30. Yeah.
I'm like, should I take my meds before this podcast? Because it makes my throat dry, and that's how you know you're old. So I'm like, if I take my meds, I might be like, my voice might be cracked.
And speaking of that, like, I think you probably hear my voice too. Like I am getting over cold. So excuse me if I sound kind of rough. But what have you been up to in the past 3 years? Like you just mentioned you moved to Texas recently from California, and how big of a transition with that was? Because Texas and California are both places I do see myself living in the future.
Okay, it was a big transition. We lived in Chicago, right around the Chicago area, because we both grew up in the same area. And then when we moved to California, it was like across the country. That was a big move. And then we moved from California to Texas. So it was from Southern California. We live in between San Antonio and Austin. So that was another big move. We got a pod and everything delivered, and we had to pay to get our car transported. It was really big.
San Antonio, Texas, that's a pretty cool spot. Like there's a lot going on. You've been in there about a few months, you said?
Yeah. We moved last year.
Okay.
But I feel like, oh gosh, it's already April in 2026. I feel like we just moved, even though we've technically moved in 2025.
And you said you both moved because like for like the video game industry, like transitioning to Texas. Is that big, or is that you starting out there, or what?
Texas. So we almost moved to Texas first instead of California, just purely based on job location. Austin's really big for the video game industry. If you're interested, also you want to move to Texas. Austin's also really big indie video game scene. I think traditionally, if you think of like AAA game studios are in Southern California, both Fox and I used to both work at different AAA game studios. Now, specifically for me, I might have done it backwards. I worked at a AAA game studio first. I used to work at Blizzard. Now I'm looking into like the indie video game studios. So.
That's gonna come in handy because I do have a game for us later. It's primarily indie video games. Like, I didn't want to do mainstream video games that we're gonna be talking about later.
I love indie video games. So
okay, it's gonna definitely come in handy. Texas is just blowing up like this past like 10 to 15 years. I would say like just video games and like also comedy. Like there's movie festivals there too and everything like that. There's a lot going on in Texas.
I feel like such a poser because so many people are moving from specifically Southern California to Austin, so many people. And I feel bad because the area we moved to has seen a big boom, and it's like everyone's moved from California. And I'm like, I'm sorry, we're invading your hometown. I feel a little bit.
I mean, you're just gentrifying it really, if anything, but it's cool.
So bad. I'm like, no, I will be a Texan. Trust.
That's cool. Texas is cool. Like I'm jealous. Like I'm planning on going out there pretty soon. Actually, hopefully, probably within the next 2 years, I would say. I think my next vacation trip is going to be Arizona, so I'm excited to try that out.
Ooh, I haven't been to Arizona, but I do want to go to Arizona.
And you like it's like right between the LA and Texas now. But that's pretty cool. You guys making big moves together. How's Fox been? Like I do plan on having him come back on the podcast too at some point.
He's good. Yeah, we're both working, we're both busy, both tired from the move, but we really like Texas. I
Yeah,
really
have you been exploring that? You just mentioned like for this movie episode, like we're going to talk about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. This is your first time at the theater. Like, how was that experience? Like, was it a cool theater? Like, or AMC? Are you still learning what things are out there?
Yeah, it's a small theater. Oh gosh, I don't know the name, but one of my complaints is when we went there, I didn't realize how small it was. And by the time we got there, their candy shelf was already cleared out. And I usually get junior mints. This is a weird thing. Okay, but it's true. I usually get junior mints when I go see a movie, and they were all out of junior mints. And I'm like, oh, this movie theater is really small.
That's okay. So it's not a name brand like AMC or Regal or anything like
No.
that. That's crazy. That's cool. I went to AMC too, and I usually never get the candy there. Like, I'm not a big snack guy during the movies. Like, I don't really, because like my biggest thing is like I don't like using the washroom when I'm in the theaters. Like I'll usually try to hold it before or after. But even drinking like stuff, like I try not to drink too much because I just don't like getting up in the middle, missing something in the theater. Even if it's a movie I've seen before, like you catch stuff for the second time you're watching it. So I'm not a big snack guy during the thing. But Junior Mints is your usually go to. If I
Yeah.
had to pick, I'm usually edible cookie dough guy, like those little like cookie dough bites. That's what they call it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
only
pretty.
get junior mints at the movie theater. Like, you know, because they have the candy in the box.
Mhm.
And then it's super loud. And then if it's a quiet point in the movie and you're like shaking them, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, you're just trust me, I know that audience member. Like I hear people all the time with their
Okay, I
candy
try not
wrappers.
to do that, but they're just so loud. I'm not purposely shaking it.
I think
In
I
the
told
middle.
the story on the podcast before, but like I went to my theater with my dad like years ago, and he had a big. First of all, I'm a big fan of like going to. This is bad because I do support movie theaters, but like I go to like the dollar store and buy candy like for half the price. But my dad went with me and he bought like a big bag of M's and he opened it, trying to be so quiet opening it. Bag ripped, and you just hear it sliding down all the stairs going down in the quietest part of the movie too.
No, oh my gosh. Okay, also, I want to clarify because it feels like I was disparaging the local movie theater by me. I was just upset that they didn't have junior mints,
Yeah.
but I was very excited to go to this movie theater because it's like a small, quaint movie theater. When we went, we were some of the only people in the movie theater, and I really like that.
Mhm.
The vibes are really good. They just didn't have junior mints.
I do like finding small, intimate theaters like that. Like it's
I
not
love
really brand
small
new.
local theaters. I
Mhm.
think I made it sound like I was disappointed. I love that
No,
theater
no, it sounds
experience.
like
I was
it's
just
booming if they're running out of
disappointed that there
candy.
were no junior mints.
Yeah. No, that's cool. It's cool. But since you've been out 3 years ago, like, has there been movies that have you been going to the movies a lot since, like, the last time you've been on? Is there any movies that stood out to you that you wanted to bring up?
So last time I said that I really enjoy going to the movies because I think I do really enjoy going to the movies, but I had been consistently going. Oh, well, 2 years ago? Was that no, 3 years ago? I was always going for new movies. I haven't been recently, which is really sad. That's why I was really excited to go to this movie theater. So maybe now that I finally like went for the first time, I'll keep going back to that movie theater. But I don't know. Honestly, this is so bad. I don't remember. Because now with all the subscription services, I've been seeing movies that they've been like because we have Netflix and Hulu and Disney and HBO. We have everything. It's so bad. Which that sounds so bad because I know last time I said I really enjoyed going to the movie theater and I haven't
Oh,
recently.
no, trust me. Like, it's gonna start kicking up soon, but, like, I honestly barely have gone to the movie this year alone, just mostly because it hasn't been too much, like, Project Hail Mary is the first big one of the year that we were excited to go to, but I have gone to the theater a handful of times, but mostly been streaming stuff at home. Like, actually, I mentioned in the last episode that I've been flying through the Harry Potter movies. I just finished them, like, 2 days ago, the Harry Potter movies, and, for not the first time, but maybe the second time ever, and maybe because the trailer for the new series that HBO is coming out, and
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
in the Harry Potter mood. Like, I'm gonna get the game Hogwarts pretty soon, and yeah, just those movies are awesome. Those movies are amazing.
The Has the series started premiering? The new
No,
one?
it's not gonna premiere till Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you got time to catch up if you need to. I've been actually listening to the audiobooks. Streaming though, like what's your favorite streaming system service? Because right now it's like mine's Max.
Let's see. I think I've been watching a lot of like Disney Plus slash Hulu because
Is it?
I been rewatching Always Sunny, and that's
Nice, nice.
Hulu, but since the merger, I watch Always Sunny through Disney Plus, which I think is kind of
Doesn't it feel wrong? That
it
kind of feels
feels
like
wrong.
taboo
Yeah, it feels
almost. Yeah. Um, because you guys are a big video game producer, like, there has been video games that sticking out to you? Like, do you play a lot of video games at home? That since you is that like bringing work home almost to you?
Oh my gosh. I went through a period of time where I didn't play video games for some time because before I started working, I remember people saying, if you work in the video games industry, you're going to hate playing video games. And
Mhm.
that won't be me. I love video games. I'm going to work all day on video games and go home and play video games. But I did get burnt out. But I do know that that doesn't happen to everyone because I know there's people who like live, breathe, and eat video games all day, every day, and they'll never get tired of it. I went through a slump, but recently I've started playing different video games again. I know recently just finished Resident Evil
Okay.
Requiem. I know you said you don't like horror. So did you play Resident Evil or no?
Did not, but, like, ever since I started doing this podcast, like, I have been pushing myself to go to see horror movies a little bit more, um, and I'm kinda used to it. I'm trying to get Brandon Cole on board with watching more horror movies, like, I'm slowly getting in there, but he probably won't budge, but, horror movies I'm okay with. Horror video games are a lot different, actually, like, you're the one in control, and then you just turn the controller, like, you're facing the other way, like, there's something there. I have been watching a streamer, jeez, his name's Corey something, I can't remember, he's a big streamer. He does, like, gameplay and, like, reviews and stuff like that. He does a lot of horror games too, and I love watching his reactions. I like he's hilarious, he's awesome with it. But, no, I don't play video games too much. The only ones, like, I really was into was, like, the last Spider-Man, the Marvel Insomniac Spider-Man games. Me and Brandon, like, we've been bonding over the I've discovered Fortnite last year, and, like, I've been pretty addicted since, and, I don't know, that's something I just don't tell people because Fortnite is, like, I'm 30 years old
Yeah, yeah,
playing
yeah.
Fortnite. I just bought the Buzz Lightyear skin, like, 2 days ago. Fortnite is pretty fun for me. No, I don't play video games like that. I just mentioned Hogwarts I wanna get into. I
Was it
think that
Hogwarts Legacy?
yes, Hogwarts Legacy is coming out soon, or no, it's been out, excuse me, I'm getting it soon. But the next video game I'm actually looking forward to, well, Wolverine, Insomniac Wolverine's coming out, but also GTA 6. I'm a big GTA guy.
Yeah, I saw that it's on the list for 2026.
Yeah, if you're believing in that. A lot of the people don't know. No,
Didn't already get pushed back.
they got pushed back several times,
Okay.
and there was a leak of, like, the trailer that just forced them to release. You know what? Here's the trailer, so who knows what's coming
I'll
out.
plug a video game for the girls. Love in Deep Space. It's a mobile game. It's a
Okay.
game where there's actually some combat in it, okay, but it's like a love romance game. They have like 5 different characters and they're all like hot guys and like you can change their outfits. They can be like shirtless and they love you and it's like sci-fi themed. I love sci-fi. Some of them there's different storylines and then you can date the men.
Okay. There's literally video games for everything, and then when we
There's
play our
video
game,
games for everyone.
we're gonna be talking about that later during the game because I found some very interesting video games. And you mentioned you streamed a lot, watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's funny because Charlie Cox is in Mario, so we're gonna be talking about him a little bit. There is actually a ton of new shows that I meant to talk with Brandon on the podcast here that we're gonna be probably saving for next episode now. But have you been streaming anything like besides Always Sunny, like anything newer?
So I should have seen the new season of Fallout. I haven't yet, but I know I saw the first season.
Mhm.
So good. Have you seen Fallout?
No, but it's going to
It's
be on my
good.
list. It's gonna
It's
be on my
really
list.
good. It's
I've
really
I've
good.
been hearing nothing but great things about that show, and there's a stacked cast, a great cast for that one. I've been
Yes.
seeing, like, I'm a big fan of everybody in that one. That's on Prime, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so Prime is pretty big right now because they're about to finish up Invincible. I don't know if you've seen that show. They're about to finish that season up, the newest season, until next year now. But The Boys came back recently this past
Yeah.
week that
Mhm.
I know Brandon's going to be extremely excited to talk about. But I'm a big fan of all that stuff. The Testaments is a new show that I'm excited to talk about with Chase Infinity, which if anyone listening to the podcast knows, like, this podcast is basically a Chase Infinity fan cast. Like, we're so obsessed with this chick. She's from One Battle After Another with Leonardo DiCaprio. She plays his daughter in there, but she's fantastic. We both have crushes on her. She has a new show out on Hulu. And
Probably
then
seen One Piece, right?
I have the anime.
The live action that's currently airing.
I have not, because I've seen bits and pieces of anime, but I never really got into it. Like I like anime, don't get me wrong. But One Piece is just like it's just too much of a whale for me to bear. Like they're still going. There's like over 1,000 episodes, and then I know it's live action. They're going back a little bit, telling bits pieces, but I just can't do it. It's just too much for me. Have you been watching it? Have you been liking it? It's
I
been
so
good.
I've never seen the anime and I've never read the manga.
Okay.
And I know a lot of my friends who have, but I just saw the live action the first season. I know the second season just came out, but I haven't gotten around to seeing the second season yet because I heard it's sad parts, and so I'm a little I don't I don't want to be sad. I don't know.
I feel
But
that.
it's
I
good.
feel
It's
that.
good if you go in blind, because the only thing I know about One is because like I watch other anime, so I know of One Piece, but I
Hmm.
went in mostly blind because I just knew they were pirates. That's all I really knew about it. But it's good. Like if you don't know anything about it, you can still watch it, and it's still good.
There's just too much stuff to watch, Alyssa. There's just too much
Yeah.
stuff to watch. Like can't it's working a full-time 8-hour job and like watching movies all the time. Like there's only so much I can do. I'm currently in the middle of watching 5 different shows at the same time. The good news is 3 of them are about to end pretty soon. The bad news is like 4 more are about to start though. So
You
there's too much
probably
going on.
watch way more than me because I live under a rock. I really have not heard of most things
Doing
that
this
people watch.
podcast, like I forget how much like people aren't in touch with like movie news because like I was talking to a friend the other day, like asking like, "Oh yeah, you excited for the Michael Jackson movie coming out?" I was like, they didn't even know a Michael Jackson movie was coming out. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like that's my whole world for like the past 2 years." Like I forget, like not everyone is in the world I'm in. I know last time we talked about you were on the podcast, we talked a little bit about your job, but I want to get a little more specific we can about your job. Like you do have a hand in creating video games, but what is your actual role? Are you more like storytelling? Are you creating? Are you doing like coding with it? What exactly do you do when you make a video game?
I'm a software engineer. So I'm a programmer, which might be I don't want to say it's boring, but like I think might kind of be the most boring
No, it's
section.
cool. So like you're the one like making sets, if it's like a city or something like that, you're helping making the city, right? Or stuff like that, or
Yeah,
maybe.
programming, right? So, like, I was thinking about it because I know one of the questions you wanted
Hmm.
to ask was like, "What do you do?" And I think, like, whenever you see a video of, like, behind the scenes, either because I know there's, like, programmers for, like, movies as well, like, animated movies and video games are pretty similar. Whenever you see a behind the scenes video and you see, like, the sound artists, like, doing their, like, little thing, and then you'll see, like, oh, behind the scenes creation for the animators or, like, story design or whatever, you never see the software engineers. They're never
Hmm.
part of those videos. I think it's because we're behind a computer all day.
Nothing wrong with that. That's pretty cool. That's extremely cool though. So when you play a video game, are you like? I mean, you mentioned like that's the reason a lot of people don't play video games when they're making them is because like, are you just like analyzing other video games? Like, oh man, I would have done this a little bit different, or I wonder how they did that.
Yeah, it's bad because I give myself like PTSD because I'm like, oh, there's a bug. Oh no. There's a recent game that came out. Well, actually, I don't know how recently it came out, but I've been playing it recently. I think it's an indie game, Schedule One. Have you ever heard of it? It's a game where you sell drugs. You
Okay.
you're in a neighborhood and you unlock maps and you can like get dealers to deal your drugs. You can sell weed and crack, whatever. It's very fun. But I think one person made it. If I'm not mistaken, I think one person made it and released this game on Steam. Uh, when I'm playing the game, like this is a major bug that you can find in a lot of games, or something like if you're developing a video game, something that probably w- will happen. You'll run into it. You can fall through the maps. I know, like in when you're playing the game, you open the menus and there's a little bit like I'm stuck because I've fallen off the map so many times in that game. You're
Hmm.
just walking, like you fall through the map, and then you're like falling forever, and then you crash. And I don't know, it just gives me PTSD. So I'm like, oh no,
I've
I
seen
feel
it.
so bad. Like the person who's like worked so hard on this game, it's like you could fall through the map so easily, and it's probably like a reoccurring bug that someone's gonna have to figure out. And that's a common one. That's a common one among a lot of video games. Is like, the edges of the map are like clipping through or like clipping through the tree and whatever. So yeah, it makes me, I'm like, oh no, I'm so sad.
It could be a lot worse. Like I follow this guy who used to work for Spotify, and his thing was like when you listen to a song, there's always like a recommended song that goes like, oh, if you like this song, you
Mhm.
might like this song. That ruined music for him. Like he couldn't not listen to music forever for after that. Like it wasn't until like maybe a year or two after he left Spotify, like he was able to enjoy music again for the first time. I was like, that would suck. That would suck if like that robbed the joy.
I'll say so I don't know if it's a popular opinion or not. I'm sure there's other people who are in the video game space who will like endlessly proclaim their joy for video games, but working on video games has destroyed a little bit of the magic for me. I have to say, especially with when you see common bugs pop up, you're like, oh, yep, I know that one. I've seen that one. Or like, ooh, I feel so bad. I don't know how they're gonna fix this. Like, oh, they need to patch this. I feel so like I get a feeling. Even when I was playing Resident Evil, I was like, I got it. Like, oh, this game is so good. I'm like, I wonder how many hours. I wonder if they had crunch time.
Mm-hmm.
It feels
What
so
are the
bad.
other crunch time? I I I mean, that's just like because you're looking behind the curtain, like you know how it's made. Like I mean, just doing this, like how much I'm in the movies, like I wouldn't say I'm exactly the same as you are, but like I know how movies are made now. Like I know how like acting is. Like I know like there's like 18 different like angles that they have to redo like 18 different scenes at the same time. Like so like in my mind, I was like, I'm watching somebody act and I was like, I just don't buy it. Like, 'cause in my room, you're like in sitting. It could be like an intimate scene between a couple, but like, there's probably like 30 people around you, and you just if you're just like standing behind them, not looking at the camera, like it probably seems corny as hell. Like you're just delivering these lines like to nobody essentially. But like it's really movie magic that makes it put together. Like, because I've put together skits and like I've done reels and stuff like that where you just really gotta trust the process. And then, but peeking behind the corner curtain, excuse me, and seeing how a sausage is made, I was like, it kind of ruins a little bit for you. You really have to just believe in it. Like, it just like throw your mind into it. Like, maybe sometime throw out your mind and just really enjoy it.
It's so bad because I'll look at like in video games like grass. If there's a huge field and there's a bunch of grass and flowers, I'll stop and I'll look at the field. I'm like, are they reusing the same model? How many models do they have? Like, does it look like natural grass or is it it's like I can't
No,
even enjoy it. I'm like, they only have one flower and they're copy and pasting the same flower over and over. It's
that would drive me nuts too. One of my favorite things I like to see in video games are Easter eggs. It
Mhm.
could be something small, like a name, like one of the creators. Like sometimes people throw their creators' names in there, or like a picture, or maybe like a reference to another video game that they worked on in the past. Is that something you tried doing? Have you done that before, or would you be interested in, or trying to? Are you just too nervous to do that? Like if that's taboo, I don't know if it is or not.
For me, so many things go over my head. Like
Yeah.
I'll be a person who misses it. And I know because I have lots of friends who are into video games or very into movies, especially because this is the Mario movie. Like I have friends texting me afterwards. They're like, oh, this is from this reference is
Hmm.
from, and I'm like, I did not see that. Like if it's going especially going super like in a movie so fast, I can't see it. But Easter eggs in video games, you know what? I'll throw Fox under the bus. I think I would be better at it than Fox finding things because I like to explore video games. I like to look at the sets and look at what people done, what people have done.
Hmm.
And, like, sometimes they'll, like, look at pictures, and you're like, "I wonder if, like, the pictures of families are, like, the pictures of the developers' families," and stuff like I like Easter eggs like that. Fox is someone who plays video games, he just runs through the video game, like, tries to get all
Oh
the trophies,
no.
all the PlayStation trophies and just, like, whatever, and I like to look at stuff, so maybe I would be better at finding things than you.
No, in my mind, when it comes to that, like if I'm paying $60 for this video game, I'm looking at every little thing. Like I'm looking where my
Yeah,
money's going
yeah.
to. But if you could throw an Easter egg in there, like what would you like? Would it be like something like your cat, or maybe Fox's name, or something like from your past?
Yeah, let's see, because I do wanna, like, make, like, full development, make a game, like, on my own. I think that would be cool to release it on Steam. I would probably put in a picture of my cats in there,
That'd be
or
tight.
maybe a picture of, like I think, yeah, like, what I had said before, I always wonder if, like, there's pictures of people's families or, like, pictures on the
Hmm.
walls and stuff. I'm like, I wonder if those are, like, the developers or, like, the developers put, like, their names in some type of way.
I remember in Insomniac, the first Spider-Man game, there's a wall of like quote unquote employees that work at like the shelter that Aunt May works at, and they're actually real photos of like the people who made the video game, which is very cool. Like I like seeing stuff like that. If they could make any movie into a video game, not a video game turned into a movie, a movie that could be made into a game. Which do you have a movie which you in mind?
Okay, wait. I had a movie because I had to think about this, but now I'm forgetting. Now I forgot what my answer was. Let me
Okay,
see.
I got one. I can go first. This is
Okay,
recency
okay, you
bias
go
because
first.
there hasn't been a mainstream Superman movie. So I want to go like the most recent
Okay.
Superman. Like there's been many like teases of gameplay, like projects that were cut off or maybe put on pause for indefinitely. Superman, I do want to play as Superman, like specifically David Cornswell's Superman. That was a fun storyline, and they could do more with it. I'm excited. I wish they would come out with a Superman game.
And they have a lot of Spider-Man games.
They do have like
You
almost
could,
too many.
why not? Yeah, almost too many. You could do a
Yeah.
Superman game in there. Okay, I found. This is bad because I think I was thinking of things like Mario,
Hmm.
not on purpose, but I think that's just what came to mind. So I don't know why. This is one of my favorite movies. Shrek. I would
Okay.
want, or Zootopia. I don't know
Zootopia
why.
would be really
The
fun.
Zootopia video game. Did Google it actually. Shrek. Apparently there are Shrek video games, like old, because Shrek is older now, but there are Shrek video games. I didn't even know that. But okay,
I
maybe I
mean,
would like to make a new Shrek video game.
yeah, there was plenty of movies that I like. I looked, I had to see there was a video game in like Harry Potter. Like there was Harry Potter video games like based off the
Yes, they've been
movies.
making Harry Potter video games for a very long time. I remember playing
Hmm.
that.
I just never like I don't know, like a lot of these movies I never played or anything like that. I don't know. If they could remake a game, any video game, like in any kind of new style, like what game would you like to see remade?
I really enjoyed the video game Detroit Become Human. I would like
Okay.
another that. I don't know if you've ever played that one. Again, that's another video game that I was like, that came out a couple years ago. I think it came out almost 10 years ago. I don't know if they made a sequel. And if they
Okay.
didn't, they should, or they should remake that game.
Interesting. I think I was a big fan of the Xbox 360 Deadpool game. I think it was just called
Okay.
Deadpool. Great. Like the animation was very limited for its time. I think if they redid it today, like added more Easter eggs, maybe even more playable players, it would be a huge video game today. Especially with the movie's successes and everything like that. And the last thing I got before we go into our main review for the movie, Letterboxd 4, top 4. We've been asking our guests for this recently. A Letterboxd is an app where it's like Facebook for movie reviewers. Like all you're doing is like posting movie reviews. You can follow people and like see what their people are talking about this movie and stuff like that. And the biggest thing is their top 4. You can list your top 4. I think I just changed mine recently. I'll have to look it up. But do you have a top 4 movies right now that you can think of off the top of your head?
So, my all-time favorite movie ever, which I do think is the best movie ever made,
Okay.
is Shrek.
Okay.
The first Shrek. Okay. People
Are
can
you
fight
looking
me.
forward to the new Shrek movie coming out?
No,
Like the 5th one I'm talking about with Zendaya and joining the cast now.
they put the first. Okay, I don't think the Shrek sequels are bad. I just think the first movie is something to be revered. Like I think it's a cultural icon.
And do you feel the same way about the spin-offs, like Puss in Boots? Donkey's going to be in his own movie soon.
They're not bad. I enjoy them, but they're like kids movies.
So was Shrek. I mean, we were kids when we saw that, so I get your point.
No, by the look on your face, I can tell you don't agree with Shrek being my number one. Okay. Another movie. So this is my favorite horror movie. I don't know if it holds up to today's standards because this movie came out in 2013. But when I first saw it, I thought it was the best horror movie to be ever made. Is Oculus.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's a really good horror movie. I think it's up there. Like if you ever Google like good horror movies, I think Oculus is always one that comes up. But I was young again when that came out in high school. But that was like a rewatch movie. I rewatch it all the time. I think Oculus is like it's a mirror, like an evil mirror.
Okay. Okay.
Another movie. Okay, so my number 3 is Mean Girls. I don't know if
Classic. Love it.
men watch it. Okay, do you like it? Okay, I don't know if
I
it's like
love
a
it. Me and
men
my
like
friends
Mean
quote that
Girls.
all the time.
I love Mean Girls. I think that's another one that's like a classic. So a movie that I was trying to think of movies that have like aren't old movies that like because when you're younger like that have more of an impact
Right.
on you. Shrek obviously had a huge impact on me. whatever reason. But newer movies that I've seen that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my top four. I have two. I don't have four, so I have two movies on my list. So that's actually five top movies, if that's okay.
That's cool.
I think tied for me is Ex Machina and another sci-fi movie called I Am Mother. If you know I Am Mother,
I don't think I've seen either of those actually.
those are sci-fi movies that I've seen recently that I saw them and I'm like, I'm blown away. These are really good movies. Ex Machina is like pretty popular. I think a lot of people have seen Ex Machina. I Am Mother, I don't know if it's like a popular movie. So if you haven't heard of I Am Mother, you should watch it. It's really
Sounds
good.
familiar. Who's in there? Is there someone big famous in there?
No, no, there's not. I don't
Okay.
think it's not like it wasn't like a big movie. I had just found it randomly. Like,
Interesting. I gotta check this out. I just updated my top 4 on my letterbox recently. My first one I got Iron Man 2008. We talked about on the podcast a little bit before in a previous episode. I think Brandon mentioned like he really got into movies like around 2013 or so. Like 2008 is when I definitely got into movies, and Iron Man was up there. Iron Man was the one who made me really interested in movies. The next got Air, came out a couple of years ago with about the Air Jordans. It's phenomenal
okay.
biopic. Rocky, the first Rocky specifically, I love that franchise, and it's I would say that's the first movie I really got interested in the behind the scenes stuff because it was written and yeah, it was written. I don't know about produced, but written by Sebastian Stallone himself too. And the last one, because I always have at least one comedy on my top 4. Superbad. Superbad is it's awesome movie.
Okay, yeah. I didn't
Uh,
think about comedy movies.
Mean Girls is a comedy.
Yeah. But it's older, so it's super bad. But like new comedy movies, I don't know. I don't know if there's like a new comedy movie that I would say like I really love.
Brandon's gonna laugh at this answer, but Ricky Stenicki, I love that movie. That's probably my comfort movie now, like on Prime with John Cena and Zac Efron. I love that movie. um, but let's get into this movie review. The reason you're here, we're going to talk about the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and for those of you like can't put it together by now, the biggest reason like I was excited to invite you back because you were on 3 years ago to help me review the first movie, the Super Mario Brothers movie, which I like. I like the idea of having people come out. Like I've been doing this podcast for 4 years now, 4.5 years now, and yeah, and I like the idea like where it's so long that I'm having people come on for the sequel to it. It's awesome. I like doing that. Well, for those of you who don't know, this movie, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, it's about Mario ventures into space, exploring cosmic worlds, tackling galactic challenges far from the familiar Mushroom Kingdom. It had 4 different directors: Aaron Horvath, Michael Jelenic, Pierre Ludic, and Fabian Pollock. Brandon knows this about me. I'm so bad about naming, like pronouncing names. But written by Matthew Fogel. This movie, I mentioned before, like I went back and listened to our episode from a few years ago, and we did a pretty good job about reviewing it, like talking about Easter eggs and stuff like that, like exploring this world, like to the point where I don't think we have to talk about as much as that, like how references and stuff like that, because we're already living in the world. We're existing. We already know the rules of this. It's incredible. There's many Easter eggs we're gonna go through, but I had a great time watching this. This is a kid's movie. Don't get me wrong. And the first one is, I gotta say this from the get-go. I think I like the first one a little bit better. How about you?
The first one was way better. And I don't know if it was because I expected to dislike the first one, and then I ended up really, really liking it. So I'm like, oh, they're gonna do a great job on the second one. So then I came into the theater thinking that the second one was gonna be really good, and I'm like, I was a little bit disappointed. So I don't know about you. I was a little bit.
I wasn't disappointed. Like I kind of knew what I was gonna get into. I knew because I didn't see it opening weekend. I waited because I knew we were gonna talk about it this week, so I waited a little bit to get closer to the review time. Oh, I heard a lot of buzz about this movie, like saying like the storytelling wasn't that great, but there is a ton of Easter eggs and references, which I mean, it's a kids movie. This is meant for like 10-year-olds, like 10-year-olds and below. Where like this is like just meant to turn off your brain, just enjoy the visuals as a kid, and I don't know, just laugh a little bit. It is a cute movie. Don't get me wrong, and I had a great time watching it. Like if you're analyzing, like it got a pretty bad score on Rotten Tomatoes. Like I think
Did it?
yeah, like pretty low. I want to say like 50 or something, but audience score is a little bit higher, which it tends to be. Again, this movie is for kids. This movie is for kids. That's what people keep forgetting. Like it's not meant for a 30-year-old man to go sit by himself in the theater, like to find like true meaning and like life with just watching this movie.
Okay, but can I say that I know when I left the movie theater, I know the people who were in the movie theater with me, I heard them talking like everyone loved it. Like I remember hearing people like saying like, "Oh my gosh, that was such a good movie." And I felt bad. Like I had to whisper to Fox. I was like, "Okay, I don't like it that much, but I don't want to be jumped by the people in the theater with me." And that's what I try to tell myself, like, "Oh, well, it's not like you're not the audience. It's for kids." But sometimes I wish they would you could still have like a cohesive plot or more of storytelling, even if it's a kids movie. I think it's a lost art. Shrek, it's a lost art to have like a movie for all ages that everyone can love. Definitely will say this movie's just for kids. It was not for our demographic at all.
Well, I think the biggest reason for that, it's made by Illumination, the same company that made like the Minion movies and the
Yeah, and I
Gru
hate the
movies.
Minions. I'm sorry. My cousins love. I have cousins who love the Minion movies, and they're older than me. But I'm a hater.
I can see why. Like in fact, they're coming out with another one. I was like, just stop, just stop. You
Yeah,
don't have
just
to. But to bring your point, they're still making Toy Story movies,
yeah,
and those movies are phenomenal. Like
yeah.
after like a biggest reason like people hate like they're still making more. Like they made 3 that were fantastic. They were phenomenal, and then when we got to the 4th one, after the 4th one, I was like, all right. You got me. Keep making them. You can go up to 10, and I'm still gonna go out there and watch them now. You know, like I'm over the fact like, okay, we shouldn't be making them anymore. Like I'm gonna watch them either way. Like, I might as well enjoy them. And like the storylines are good. The writing is good. Like I don't think there is a bad Toy Story movie out there. And the fact that you're having the same cast come back every time, it's incredible. I went like after work to go see this Mario movie by myself, and I won't try to pick a time where there's not gonna be that many kids because I go by myself a lot to the movies,
Hmm.
and it's just weird going to the kids movie by yourself. So I was like, I try to pick a time where it's gonna be less consecutive. But opening weekend, this week came out last weekend, but it also opened up with the drama Zendaya and Robert Pattinson movie, which this one crushed it. Like not surprisingly, because kids movies usually do. Opening weekend, it made 190.8 million domestic and 372.6 million worldwide. This is the 5th biggest animated opening ever, and the second for Illumination, the first being the first Mario movie. The budget for this movie alone was 110 million, so it tripled their budget, a little bit over tripled their budget within the first opening weekend, and it's still going strong. Popcorn buckets is one of my favorite things to talk about on this one. This had 2 pretty awesome popcorn buckets that I almost did buy. The first one being Yoshi, like holding an egg in front of him, that the egg cracks open and you could like punch. That's where your popcorn goes. It looked
That's cute.
cool. It was colorful. I wanted to buy it, but it was like close to $50.
That's why I
Like,
need to be going to AMC, right? Because AMC has those.
you could, but like $50 is not worth it.
Okay.
It did break a record though for having the smallest popcorn bucket ever, which is like a small version of Bowser holding like that pot he makes his stew in. It probably
Uh-huh.
holds like 3 pieces of popcorn in there, but it's on record for being like the smallest popcorn bucket ever. And the coolest one, another cool one that they have, like the stars, like the little kid stars in this one, like those were actually popcorn buckets in this one. And they have different colors too. Like you saw this something to collect if you want all of them. Like I think it was purple, green, blue, and maybe red if I'm not mistaken, but or yellow, that's what it was. Very cute, and I almost bought those as well, but I can't justify it. Can't justify it. I accidentally went to go see this in 3D. I don't know about you if you saw it in 3D or not, but I
No,
saw
I
it by
didn't.
accident.
Was
Right
it good in 3D?
before, yeah, it was. The first half was like really cool to see in 3D, but then after a while, like they kind of just gave up on trying to make it seem 3D. I was watching the trailers, like it was normal trailers for a while, and then like all of a sudden they got blurry, like the last half of them. Like they didn't give me glasses or anything like that, so I had to go to the front, like, hey, is this in 3D? Because I didn't get glasses. Oh yeah, it is. So thank God I sat back in my seat like right as the movie was starting, because I would have been mad like if I saw through this thing and it was
Okay. Oh
blurry.
no, that's good.
But it was cool seeing it in 3D. Like I think it's worth it if you had the option to.
I accidentally saw a movie in some new thing that they were trying out. I don't know if I've ever told you this. In the movie theater, the movie wasn't just projected on the screen, it was projected on the walls.
I never been to it, but I've seen that. How was that?
I was jump scared by it because my friend had bought tickets for all of us and he didn't know. I forgot, I don't know what it's called, what that version is called. But since we didn't know, we weren't seated in the middle. We were a group seated like off to the side, and I was sitting right by the wall. So I was right by one of the walls where it was projected,
Yeah.
and it gave me such bad motion sickness. Not only that is it they were projected on the walls during the trailers too. and it glitched during one of the trailers where it was showing a different scene on the walls than the scene on the screen. And I was like, I can't do this. So I just suffered through the whole week. I didn't like it. But I imagine if you're sitting in the middle, maybe it would be
Maybe. I've
better.
seen
But you would have
TikToks
to
of
be
it.
like straight in the middle.
I've seen TikToks of it. I've been very curious about that, and I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot, but I don't know the way you describe it. I was like, I don't know. It sounds like too much for me too. It almost sounds like IMAX, but just like in that the spear almost. It kind of sounds similar to that, where like the whole thing is like a screen.
Hmm.
So there's a couple of big things going on in this movie. We're introduced. You called it actually. I listened to the back to this episode we were on, and we talked about like what could possibly come in this new episode, and we called it introducing Bowser Jr. Like that's the biggest plane in this thing. We definitely
Junior.
yeah. Returning cast, we got Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Anna Taylor-Joy, Keegan-Michael Key, and Jack Black. Introducing in this new one, we have Brie Larson playing Rosalina, Benny Safdie playing Bowser Jr., Donald Glover playing Yoshi, Issa Rae playing Honey Queen, Luis Guzman as Wart, and Glenn Powell as Fox McCloud. Out of all these new characters, do you have a favorite? Bowser Jr. was
I
good.
don't think, just based on because I like the actual character, not from like
That
the
voice actor, that's
delivery
totally
of the
fine.
voice actor.
The voice actor, Benny Safdie, for those who know, he's actually primarily a director. He directed like he mostly a directing partner with his brother, who directed Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler, a couple things. He also showed up in live action as acting. Happy Gilmore 2 is the main villain in that one. I don't know if you remember who had like the bad. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Happy Gilmore. He was the one with the bad breath, and
Okay.
yeah, he that's who was voicing this one. Donald Glover voicing Yoshi, him and Glenn Powell went seeking these roles. They heard about this movie. They wanted to go these roles.
It already turns me off when I hear that. When sounds like some super famous person says, I wanted to be in this movie, so now I am in this movie. I don't know. Something about that already. I'm going,
Especially because
you better be a damn good Yoshi. That better be the best Yoshi delivered. And it wasn't. So
I mean, it was nothing special. Like, I mean, cool for him, like getting the easiest paycheck in the world, but
yeah.
Yoshi, that's all. We could have done that. We could have definitely done that for like an eighth of what they probably paid him. You know, like it's crazy. Like they did that, allow that, but because he was going to be in it, I was like, okay, maybe Yoshi's going to talk a little bit, but no, like all he does is say Yoshi and make little noises.
Yeah.
And it's like high pitched, so you can't even really tell it's Donald Glover. Glenn Powell playing Fox McCloud, very cool. I think there could have been a lot of cooler actors who did it, but his character wasn't a big part of this movie. It was introduced to possibly bring up like Smash Brothers in the future movie, and he's also in talks to get his own spin-off movie, so who knows.
Interesting.
Rosalina, Brie Larson, pretty cool. I didn't even put together until afterwards that was Brie Larson, so I mean she was pretty good at it. Luis Guzman playing Wart, the big gangster frog. I knew exactly who that was from just listening to him. He was cool. And just like the first one, the pacing was very rushed, but it was exactly like the first one. Like it was only an hour and 35 minutes, I believe. I wish we had more time exploring.
More rushed to me. I know we talked about it last time where you had specifically said, I wish we just like chose like the Mushroom Kingdom and then just like had the movie there instead of, I don't know why we had to go to 10 different scenes and have like little minutes of scenes in different, that they couldn't have chosen like one setting to do. I don't know.
Well, the biggest reason it's based off the movie Mario Galaxy. I mean, the video game Mario Galaxy, which has like many different settings, and I get it. You want to touch on all of them as much as you can, but the casino one and like the honeybee place, like those are pretty big places. Like I would like to explore a little bit more, but how much could you really do in there? Like casino, like what do you really need to see in there that you didn't see in that 2 minutes you were in there for? You know?
I don't know. You can make a whole movie in a casino.
You could, I guess you could, but just like the first movie, they made Peaches a total badass in this one. That scene alone was incredible. Her kicking everyone's ass in that, it was awesome. Visuals are amazing. I have here. Soundtrack and score was better than the first one, but you're missing key components because like the first one had Peaches, and they did not have any sort of song in this one. Crazy to me. Because you had Bowser Jr. I thought we were going to get a very cool duet between the two, but we didn't. We got robbed.
I think we got robbed. I don't know. I wonder what the decision-making that went into having Jack Black perform a song in the first one, which I thought was incredible. I thought
Hmm.
that was the most hilarious thing. I loved his song. I expected him to bust out a new song in this movie. We did not get an original song. I mean, this is besides the fact that, of course, like the animation was stunning in the movie, and so was sound and sound effects and the music. I really loved it. I really, really liked that. Just because the story felt rushed to me, like it was very amazing visually. But I also wish that we had another Jack Black rendition of
It
some
could.
Bowser song. It could have been a duet
It
between
very much could have been a duet. Yeah.
Bowser and Bowser Jr.
I mean, we gotta start that campaign now. We gotta start that campaign for Mario 3. I'm sure there's gonna be one. Yeah, yeah. But the score, like the dramatic music and like this, it was entertaining. I did enjoy it really. Like it was cool. They did have like cool like real soundtrack, real music. Like Biggie Smalls was in there when Yoshi montage was running through stuff. It was pretty cool seeing stuff like that. Uh, for the references for this movie, they used Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Super Mario Odyssey, and Star Fox, obviously for the other character. Were you a big fan of those games? Like, do you remember playing Mario Galaxy 1 or 2?
No, I don't.
Me neither. Me neither. Honestly.
But
I do.
I was surprised with the references, right? Because I did feel like this movie was I know it's like the Super Mario Super Galaxy, but I was surprised that it was references. Like I don't know if kids these days would get that.
No, no. But if
I
anything,
didn't. Even I didn't. So,
it
maybe
might
I'm a
pique their
fake
interest
fan.
to go back and look to play those games, maybe. Who knows, you know? Speaking of stuff not returning, there is no Donkey Kong in this movie. There is no, I mean, he does appear like for 2 seconds as a cameo, like when they're showing Brooklyn and he's like in there terrorizing the city. But so yeah, Seth Rogen did not return to reprise his role as Donkey Kong in this one. Kind of surprising, but also not because he is going to be getting his own spin-off movie within the next couple of years. But he was one of the best parts of the movie last year, and kind of sad. I wish he was in this one a little bit more. It kind of weird that they didn't even like, hey, like we're gonna need help. Like, why not get Donkey Kong? Like they're on this planet too, you know?
I actually thought he was going to be in this movie. I was expecting him to show up.
Like I said, he's going to get his own movie pretty soon, within the next 2 years at least. Star Fox is also rumored to get his own movie. Luigi's Mansion might be getting his own movie. Princess Peach and Smash. Princess Peach is going to get her own movie eventually, and they're leading up to a Smash Bros movie pretty soon. I heard at one point Kirby might be getting his or her own movie, but I don't know how far in production that is and what that would even look like because Kirby doesn't speak. So we'll see. I asked you last time too, who would you like to see in the sequel? And very quickly you said Daisy, which
Yeah.
Daisy does make it. I don't know if you see it for the end credit scene. She does make it the very, very tail end of this movie. She was like in a cameo, but she doesn't speak any lines. She looked incredible. She looks just like the movie, like the video games. Awesome. If you could cast Daisy for the next one, who would you like to cast? I have an answer for this one too.
You do? Okay. I don't know. Based on the way that they've been casting people, I don't know. They're probably gonna have like Zendaya play her or something. I I don't know how you feel about this specifically, but like I kind of wish they would bring like voice
Voice
act
actors.
actors to play these characters because especially with Brie Larson playing Rosalina, I don't know. I was thinking like who would they bring to play Daisy? Probably like Zendaya or like a Miley or something weird like Miley Cyrus. But if I could pick someone, like one of my favorite voice actresses is Grey Delisle. I think she has a wide range. She plays Azula on Avatar: Last Airbender, and she plays a lot of things. I think she's like in the Fairly Odd Parents and stuff like that. She plays
Okay.
Daphne from Scooby Doo. I'd pick her.
Okay. Okay. I can see that. I also went with a voice actor too.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see them doing Zendaya or stuff like that. Miley Cyrus, her voice is too deep. I don't see her doing that either. But I have Christy Carlson Romano. For those you don't know, she's the voice of Kim Possible. I could see her doing that role, and I wish like they would bring a voice actress back versus like a big major celebrity because they don't need to be in there. They don't really.
I don't know. I'm assuming it's just to get hype, right?
I'm sure it is.
Money. Well, but they must pay these actors an exorbitant
Ton
amount
of
of money
money.
to like play.
Because like you also got like to pay these people money for like promos and like video game spin-offs and like clips and stuff like that. Like I don't know. It's just, no. Give me a voice actor. And Christy Carlson Romano, I could see her doing it. I like Kim Possible's voice. You know, she does like do other voice actors roles too, but Yeah, give me a voice actress. She seemed like she'd be down for it. I still follow her on her podcast and stuff like that. She's still up and active. Good for her. Some other references here that I got some from the games. Tostarena Town, the desert area from Super Mario Odyssey, the very beginning of the movie where they're riding on the motorcycles. Instant Mario Kart reference. A Bowser Jr. paintbrush, a nod to Super Mario Sunshine. A letter from Peach when Peach decides to go to help help find Rosalina. She leaves Mario a little note, which is a nod to how almost every opening of their games opened up. Rob, R-O-B, a direct nod to Nintendo's hardware history being extremely slow. And obviously Baby Mario and Baby Luigi appears in this movie. This movie was a lot of fun. And I don't have any complaints about it other than it being rushed. But again, like, this is meant for kids. They don't really want to sit in the theater for 2 hours long. I'm sure they would. If they could make this into a TV show, they could, but that's going to be costing too much. I had a great time watching this. It was fun. I chuckled actually in my seat a lot more than I was going to. I was a little bit disappointed with no music, but didn't make or break the movie for me. Overall, I had a good time. I'm excited for the new one. I don't think I'm going to go back to the movies and rewatch this one, but I definitely will watch it streaming at least once or twice. What about you?
I think the first one was super, super fun. I remember loving the first one. And the
Mhm.
second one, I don't know. I don't think it lived up to me. To me personally, didn't live up to the hype that the first one did. If they continue to make more and continue to make more spin-offs, I hope that they don't just like milk the IP or just put it out because it's Mario IP. I hope that the movies, like the quality is up to par. But and I guess when I say quality, I guess I'm just mean like story and story pacing because everything else was really good. Luigi's Mansion, like or Haunted Man, like we talked about Waluigi last time too. Like, as I'd
Yes,
probably
I would
be
like to see them.
more into like that storyline with Luigi. I think I don't know. This is not necessarily a criticism or disappointment. It's just maybe I just really like Charlie Day. Maybe I just really like Luigi. But I think he like stole the show. I think I mentioned that last time too, that he was one of my favorite
Yeah.
characters. I think he stole the show in this one too. I don't know why Chris Pratt as Mario just seemed a little bit dull to me.
A little bit.
Like
Mostly because,
I
like,
don't think Luigi stole the show. Let's just do more movies with Luigi. I don't care about Mario.
he was okay. And mostly because, like, I just recently watched the Garfield movie for the first time and he's voice acting Garfield too. Like, it's the same. It's the same. Like,
Mhm.
come on, dude. Charlie Day, it is his voice, but I don't know. Charlie Day did throw out a name, like, jokingly, who could play Wario, and he did say Danny DeVito, and I could see that. I would love to see that, actually.
Yeah, Danny DeVito was Wario.
Yeah. One
You
last thing
could play
before we
him in
get
a live action.
yeah, you could. One last thing before we get off of this. I found interesting all the power-ups in this one because they did explore that a lot more than the first
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I got them all listed here that we've seen them in there. We got the Fire Flower, the Cloud Flower, Drill Mushroom, Penguin Suit, Frog Suit, Blimp Fluid, Ice Flower, Wonder Flower, and Fury Ink. All incredible uses in this movie. I was excited to see the visuals. I think my favorite one is the fire one, like how it physically changes their forms, like the white overalls and everything like that. They look cool as hell. And I would like to see that if it made a video game based off of this, or even like a set of figures, like Legos or something like that. I'm excited for it. What would you give Mario Galaxy 1 out of 10?
Oh
Ranking it.
god. Your rating's probably gonna be way higher than mine. Probably give it like a 6.
I would say 6.5. I'll get it
Oh,
there.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I did enjoy the first one better, but there are new characters that Yoshi. I love Yoshi. I think I mentioned like the last time that was my go-to Mario Kart character, and he's a cool
Yeah.
addition, but he didn't really. I mean, he did save the day like a few times, more than a few times, but like they kind of use him as a cheat code. Like, how are we gonna get out of this one? Like, what, Yoshi's gonna use his tongue, So they kind of were lazy with that. I felt like, but who cares? Before we get going to moving on to our game, I do have a couple games or movies that are coming out later this year that are also based on video games. I'm gonna see if you're familiar with them. Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out May 8th. Street Fighter, excuse me, is coming out October 16th. Resident Evil coming out September 18th. Angry Birds 3 is coming out Angry Birds 3 December 23rd. Sonic 4 is coming out next year in March. Legends of Zelda, that's a live action one, coming out in May of next year. And we're getting Minecraft 2 next July.
They're doing another Minecraft movie?
They're doing another Minecraft movie that, trust me, I didn't care for that movie either, but that's like one of the biggest movies Warner Brothers has released, if it's Warner Brothers, I think. Kristen Dunst is joining the cast, so I mean, I'm kind of excited for that at least. But yeah, the movie sucked. I think it sucked, but everyone seemed to enjoy it, so. I also got a list
Let's
of
make a
movies here.
Fortnite movie.
Dude, I have a list of movies 20 movies here that are in development. Some are more further along in development than others, but I'm going to speed round this. They're going to make The Sims, Ghost of Tsushima, Return of the Silent Hill, Just Cause, Horizon Zero Dawn, Elden Ring, Helldivers 2, BioShock, Death Stranding, Detective Pikachu 2, Dredge, Duke Nukem, El Paso Elsewhere, Gears of War, It Takes Two, Mega Man, Metal Gear Solid, and Pac-Man, Portal, and Saints Row. I mean, I'm not mad that all these video games are getting turned into movies because I think it's going to be very cool.
These are all confirmed?
As of right now, like I can see some of them falling off, but some of them are more further along in development than others. Like I know for sure they're making Detective Pikachu 2, Pac-Man, and Mega Man. I do believe they are for sure in the middle of making. Ghost of Tsushima is going to be directed by the same director of the John Wick movies. I mean, some of them are like, I don't know about like Elden Ring, BioShock. I don't know, but this is just off what I found online. I do like the idea of video games being turned into movies. Like I really enjoyed, I think, what's that one with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg that just came out a couple years ago?
Uncharted?
Uncharted 2 got confirmed not too long ago as well. So, I mean, who knows when we'll see these movies? Could be next year, could be the next 10 years. Who knows? And maybe your movie, like the one you mentioned earlier. I already forgot what you said, but to make it to a movie. Yeah, if they could make another video game to a movie, what would you do?
Well, you just listed like every single video game ever in existence.
That's
I feel
cool.
like so many that list. I no idea. Maybe Hollywood is running out of ideas. That's why they need to.
Yeah. Do you remember when Pac-Man was a TV show? Like I think I don't know if it was younger when we were kids or it was before our time even. Pac-Man was a TV show at one point, I believe. Because I think Miss Pac-Man was in there too.
You're right. I think I do remember this.
Do you remember that creepy, like it felt like a fever dream Ronald McDonald had his own TV show? That was like the scariest thing in the world.
Here, I'll throw another one because what about this IP? Bring this IP back. Inspector Gadget. Let's bring that one back.
Let's do that.
That wasn't on the list.
I could even see that being turned into like a Disney Plus show. That would be pretty interesting. With Matthew Broderick played him in that movie. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Inspector Gadget. Let's do that. Alyssa, before we get going, I mentioned we had a game here at the end of the episode, and it's going to be guess if this is a real game. And you mentioned you like indie games. There are games for literally everything. Everything out there right now. If you can imagine something ridiculous, it's probably a video game. So I have 9 scenarios here that you have to tell me if it's a real video game or if I just made it up.
Okay.
So the first one, you play as a piece of bread trying to become toast. These are very vague descriptions too.
That fake.
It is real. It's called I Am Bread. 2, this one you might like to play it based off the video game you like. A dating simulator where you romance pigeons at a high school.
That's true.
That is a real game called Hateful Boyfriend.
Yeah.
Number 3, you clean up crime scenes after brutal murders. Is it real or false?
That's actually a really good idea. So I'm going to say it's true because that's a good idea.
That is real. It's called Viscera Cleanup Detail. Number 4, you manage a theme park, but all the rides are designed to injure guests.
That's real.
Actually, a fake one. It does
They're
sound
similar.
Inspired by some real games.
That's also another good idea. I would play a video game. I would
You
both
can have
play
these. You
and
can
make a
have these.
video
You
game
can have these.
where you just the trademark right now. You just created an amusement park that's meant to kill all the guests.
Yeah. Number 5, you play as a rock traveling through space, collecting smaller rocks to grow bigger.
I'll say that one's fake.
That one is real. Katamari Damacy?
Katamari?
Katamari.
Okay. Wait, I've played those games. I know that is true.
Number 6, a farming simulator where all your crops are sentient and can revolt.
Is that fake?
It is fake. I tried throwing you off. I wanted you to think it was Stardew Valley. Number 7, you're a dad octopus trying to hide your identity from your human family.
Is that true?
This one is real. It's called Octodad, the deadliest catch.
Okay, Octodad. I think I might be wrong, but I think I'm correct in this. I think that the college I went to, I think a group of kids that graduated from my college were the creators of
Nice.
the
Shout out to them. That's
Shout
pretty
out to
cool.
them. If I'm correct. If I'm not, then don't listen to me.
Number 8, a game where you play as a sentient elevator deciding who lives or dies.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with fake, but that's another really good idea.
It is fake. Again, you can have all these ideas.
Did you come up with these ideas?
No, ChatGPT did.
Okay. These are good ideas.
Number 9, the last one I got for you. You control a surgeon using intentionally terrible controls to perform operations.
Another really good idea. I'm gonna go with that's real.
That is real. It's called Surgeon Simulator.
Yeah. The game I was talking about earlier, Schedule 1, that could have been on the list.
Yeah, definitely. If I would have found that one, I definitely would have put that on there. I did try getting into Stardew Valley. I really did try. Like I had somebody helping me through it. It just could not pique my interest. I did try. I like the 8 pixels of it though. Like, it was cool design, but
Everyone
just too
always
boring.
tries to get me into Stardew Valley because Stardew Valley is like a game I would play. I don't know why. I've just never gotten into it. I don't know if it's because I know it's not just farming simulator, but I don't know if it's like specifically that I don't really like. I like similar games, but I've never played Stardew Valley. That's like the number one game everyone always asks me
if I had to guess, you seem like a Sims person to me.
I am a Sims person. I do.
Yeah. Melissa, before we get going, is there any movie coming out later this year that you're excited to watch? Or TV show? There's Michael Jackson. We're getting Doomsday. We're getting Spider-Man, Dune. Let me see. Let me read off some of the big ones. Mortal Kombat we just talked about.
Is the Mortal Kombat one a sequel?
It is a sequel, yeah.
Yeah, I did not see the first one. Was
We're
it
getting
good?
Father-in-Law, Supergirl, Super Troopers 3, Toy Story 5, Scary Movie 6, Michael, another Jumanji, which I forgot to mention. Last movie we talked about the fourth one is going to be the last one, but we did talk about the very first Jumanji from 1999, The Devil Wears Prada 2. Huh?
Heard about The Devil Wears Prada 2. I don't know if I'm excited about any of those.
Hershey, Madden coming out, live action Moana.
Yes, a live action Moana.
Are you excited for that? Really?
No, I'm not excited. It's just
I hate that idea's coming out. I hate that.
another IP. Just let it rest, please.
I don't know. Yeah, there's some good fan movies coming out. Are you a big superhero movie? Because like I said, we have Supergirl coming out, Spider-Man coming out very soon, Doomsday coming out.
I was until like they just, I don't know, once the Marvel movies really took off and then everyone likes the Marvel movies. I try not to be that person because then they're like, oh, you just want to be a hipster. You just don't like what everyone likes. I really try not to be that way. It's not that. It just, because then you're just inundated with it like all the time. And then you kind of just get tired of it. I don't know. So recently, no, with like the superhero movies.
That's cool.
I don't know. Is that
No, but if I can recommend you a movie that's out in theaters right now,
yeah,
go watch the
recommend me a
drama.
movie.
Go watch the drama.
The drama.
It just came out. It's such a good. It's gonna have you talking, especially with your partner Fox. If you go see it together, it's gonna have couples talking. Like I don't want to. I think we talked about spoilers in the last episode, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. It's good. It's gonna have you talking. Also, if you're into sci-fi, Project Hail Mary is out there in theaters still.
Yes, I want to see that one because I really like sci-fi.
It's phenomenal. Ryan Gosling's amazing in there, and it's so rewatchable. I read the book to go along with it. It's amazing. Yeah, so go check out those movies if you can. And I promise you, I'm gonna invite you back to the podcast. That's gonna be higher than PG-13. Like you're not gonna be stuck in this kid world forever. And also, it doesn't have to be video games. Like that's not your whole personality. Like I know that's not your personality, but yeah, we'll love to have you and Fox back on the podcast, and hopefully Brandon Cole can come back. But he just got called to duty because he's in the army and he needs to be saving the country right now. So that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah, when you brought me back on for this one, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna sound like a hater this time around because
No, I'm the same boat with you. I'm just kind of over kid movies for a while.
Yeah. Although, okay, Zootopia though, the second Zootopia was really good. I really like that one.
Zootopia 2 was good.
You didn't like it?
I like the first one better though. Even though Zootopia 2 like broke records for like one of the highest animated movies of all time. Alyssa, thank you so much for coming back on. It was a blast talking to you again and catching up with you. And like I said, next time Paul and Brandon come out with us. And thank you for helping me review Mario Galaxy.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you everyone for listening. Follow me. Oh, you can follow us on Instagram too. Keep up what she's up to. And follow me, Brandon, on Instagram and TikTok. We've been blowing up on our TikTok pretty well. So, yeah, stay tuned. Next week, we'll be saving you seat.